There is a small town in Colorado, surrounded by long highways and quiet homes. In that town lived a bus driver named Mark. He worked the early morning shift. Most people never noticed him. They only saw him when they were late or tired. But one winter, something happened that made the whole town see him differently. Every morning at 5, Mark stopped at the same street. A teenage boy named Ethan waited there. He always stood alone, hoodie up, headphones on. Mark tried saying good morning a few times, but Ethan barely nodded. So Mark let it be. One day in January, the temperature dropped below 0. The roads turned white. When Mark reached Ethan's stop, the boy wasn't there. He waited 10 seconds, then 20, then almost a full minute. Finally, he saw Ethan running from the corner, no jacket, just a thin sweatshirt, holding his backpack against the wind. When Ethan climbed in, Mark said, "Cold morning, huh? Where's your coat?" Ethan just shrugged and sat down. That same week, Mark noticed something else. Ethan always paid his fare in coins, sometimes missing a few cents. He kept his eyes down, hoping Mark wouldn't say anything. Mark never did, he just covered the missing amount himself. Not once, but almost every day. One Friday, Ethan didn't show up at all. Mark drove the full route, but the stop stayed empty. Next day, same thing. By Monday, Mark was worried. After his shift, he drove back to Ethan's neighborhood and walked to the small house he had seen him run from. He knocked. A woman opened the door. She had tired eyes, but she was kind. Mark asked if Ethan was okay. The woman nodded, then sighed. She said, "He's fine. He just couldn't make it to school. His jacket ripped last week, and we can't buy a new one until I get paid." Mark didn't say anything. He just thanked her and left. Next morning at 5, Ethan's stop was still empty. But when the bus doors opened, Mark placed a new winter jacket on the first seat. Simple black color, warm, nothing fancy. He wrote a small note on it. It said, "Get to school, kid. The world needs you more than you think." Ethan showed up again on Wednesday. He climbed in wearing the same jacket. He didn't say anything for half the ride. Then, before getting off, he looked back and said, "Thank you, sir." Mark just nodded. That was enough. 2 months later, during a school event, the principal thanked a bus driver for helping a student stay in school during the hardest winter the town had seen in years. Mark didn't expect it, but the applause lasted a long time. Ethan is in college now. He still remembers the man who never asked for anything, never took credit, and still changed his life.